Well, hello and welcome to the T-Glide Turtle WoW hardcore version for Hunter. We're just going through some voiceover now, and I'm creating my character here. I've decided to go with the Hunter, but if anyone's unfamiliar with the hardcore rules, it's one life, one game. So you die one time, you are done. Character is finished. It's dead permanently until you hit level 60, which is quite a task. I've gone through quite a few runs as hardcore, but I think this is going to be the one. I'm almost certain it will be. It has to be, right? Or I'll just have to go again and probably throw a temper tantrum. That's what I did the last one. Furthest I've gotten is level 47, I believe. So I got almost there. That one died just due to a disconnect. Pulled a mob right when the internet went out. Just in time for it to kill me as I relogged back in. Yeah, it's quite the day. Quite the day. So if any of you are unfamiliar with this game, we are playing essentially what is classic World of Warcraft. This is a private server, aka Turtle WoW. Turtle WoW. And if you haven't joined, you should. The population and community of this server is quite amazing, not going to lie. It is a classic WoW Plus. They have added to it. There are things in it that the official classic WoW does not have. So, not near as cool, if you ask me. But we went with a human hunter, which was not in the original classic. Turtle WoW has added that, which is quite a nice little addition. And that's what I've gone with. This area that you are seeing now is the starting area called Northshire Abbey. And we're going to get right into it. It's going to bring us right into it as we've morphed into multiple different people there. We're just, we've become one. And you'll probably see me start off with heading over to the mysterious stranger who essentially can get things rocking and rolling for you as far as the hardcore aspect of the game. Basically turns that feature on, gets rid of your food. All you have left is just your Hearthstone and, in my case, arrows. And that's it. From there on out, any deaths from there, character fucking deletion. And that's the part where it basically laughs at me and says I'm about to make a mistake, which is fine. I'm telling you, I think this is the run for me. Like, I think I have optimized my route. I have optimized my professions that I do. I went with skinning and leather working in my current playthrough with him. As of right now, I still have him up. He is not dead. We are at level probably 26. And I plan on doing a live stream for it if video like this becomes successful at all. But we're just going to go through picking up the available quests we have in the very far off distance there and the ones that are pretty close. And then you get right to it. And in hardcore, the RNG, especially on Hunter pre-level 10, is scary because essentially with Hunter, the bread and butter of your entire builds is having a pet. Well, you don't really get a pet until level 10. So levels 1 through 9, it's always iffy because you're going to see me essentially auto shoot these a couple times, and then I'm forced to roll into melee, which is not a hunter's strong suit. They can, but definitely not their strong suit. So the optimal way to play them is essentially start your auto shot in the furthest amount possible away in range, so you can get as many shots off as possible. By the time they get up to you, you can melee them down with your Raptor Strike as best as you can. But other than that, yeah, you're pretty much left. You're left trying to keep them at bay and keep the distance as much as possible, because your main damage dealer is going to be your ranged weapon. It's just how Hunter is played. And there we go, level 2, just like that. Things move right along. If you play it optimally, especially in this beginning area, it is not too difficult at all. You can truck right on through it. These beginning quests are super easy too. It's usually just your standard go out and kill 10 of these and come back, or gather 5 flowers. Your typical kill and gathering type quests. Things do progress as they go along, and you just do the same type of quests like this all throughout the game, just to kind of build your XP and get that grinding out, because in hardcore you will be grinding a lot more than just doing the quests. You will definitely be grinding out the mobs more so than just doing it for the quests. I mean, you'll do them, but you'll go out and do a whole nother round of killing them just because you need the XP to move on to the next area. And so the first quest was killing all the wolves. I've killed the wolves. The next one that we're working on here is killing the kobold vermins, not to be confused with the workers that are right next to it. So we're just killing some of them, getting that quest completed up as well. And that's essentially, I mean, the rotation for a hunter in the very, very beginning, especially the infant stages, is popping off as many shots as you can by the time they pop up to you. And by the time they get up to you, you can just melee them down with pretty much just your Raptor Strike ability. That's pretty much your only option, at least in the very beginning. You get a few more like Wing Clip and your higher level Raptor Strikes. But the greatest part about it is being able to slow them with that Wing Clip, creating that distance so that you can continue on with your ranged abilities. We're just about getting finished up here with the vermin. So I'd say we're getting close. I think we're on the last one here that I saw. And we're right on that precipice of leveling here, so I'm sure we're going to see a nice little golden halo circumferencing our character's body there. And you'll see me kill a few more just on my way out, just because I want to gather that extra XP on the way out as well. Back to the quest givers. We're turning in. We're getting the optimal gear that they are giving out here, which I believe was like a leather bracer there. This one, we're just picking up another quest, turning in, and also picking up his next quest that he has in line for us here. And you see, we're trucking right along. We've made it here now to the hunter trainer that's in the back of the building. The way training works here is every even level, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you will get a new ability, typically, that you can go and train for. You have to save up your money as well. But the beginning hunters for level 2, they only get like a tracking ability. I don't need that. I'll wait till level 4 to get, I believe it's Serpent Sting, which is like a damage over time shot, which is really nice to start off with, because you'll open up with that. By the time they come and try to smack you, you'll have your melee abilities and that damage over time, damaging them while you're able to kind of bonk them on the head. And here we've moved on to the kobold workers, and the only difference is they're wearing like a blue shirt versus the vermin that are wearing like little red shirts. Looks like we're getting some arrows situated there in a way that made sense to a crazy person that's playing the game, apparently. Knifing them down. That's all you really can do in these situations when they're doing a melee attack on you, and your bread and butter is a ranged weapon, but there's no way you can create that distance. It's just not happening pre-10. Like, before your pet, you're at the mercy of fighting melee most of the time. I love how beautiful like Elwyn Forest is. Like, I think this is why I keep coming back to this area, not only because I like the human race as like a whole to choose. It's like, it seems like the only normal race to me in a fantasy game. But yeah, it's really interesting to see Elwyn Forest in such a way that it seems like there's more vegetation in this version versus like the official Blizzard version, which probably isn't the case. I think it's just like over the years I've gotten a better computer, and I think when I was first playing WoW, like I had to play it on a fucking like potato laptop, and essentially I had to turn everything down, so I had no vegetation, nothing. It feels like, playing this one, even on a halfway decent machine, you're gonna get some decent looking visuals out of it, I think. For such an old game, yeah, I mean, I think it looks great. And I've always preferred like kind of the auto attack and button pressing ability, type of combat is just my thing. I've always dug it. Now, really, if I can get this hardcore character to 60, and I think I can be finally satisfied. I think I can say I beat the game at that point. Lord knows if I'll still play it, but I don't know. So we wrapped up all the kobold workers. We got all 10 of them. And we're heading on over to one of my favorite spots. Nice little waterfall there. One of my favorite spots where the Defiases are. And these guys aren't yellow tagged like the other ones that are passive. These ones are gonna be marked ready to fight. They're gonna be red. Definitely hostile. These thugs, they up here thugging. These ones you definitely have to be careful. If you pull more than a couple, especially on hardcore, you're done. Like, you're done literally as you got started. It's kind of crazy. I've died that way many a times, sadly enough. We're just going to be collecting their bandanas here. And we're getting really close to leveling up as well. Yeah, see, this is where I'm like, I don't want to pull them too close together like that. I think I'll wait. Yeah, and I waited. Because I know that while you might be able to get one down, the other one's at full health, and you're like riding barely 60%, like you're done. So yeah, you'll see me. You pull him back into the water like that. So I'm just like, hell no. Seeing a pat just like go through there. And see, even just that one, I'm down 56% health, so sure I healed up. Moving on to the next pool. These guys always freaked me out, especially when you're at these really low levels, like 2, 3, 4. It's like, holy shit. Can't believe I can die literally as I just began off of just the beginning enemies in the starter zone. It's crazy. That's the RNG for you, especially with Hunter. Once you're past 10, though, I'm telling you, like, it flies. Like, just because you need that pet. The pet is the biggest part of the Hunter class. Just having a stabbing fest on the mountain there, it seems. Looks like we're coming up right here on the last enemy to pull in a nice level. Get to level 4. And it's relatively quick. Like, even, just the first 4 levels, like, you can knock out really fast. I mean, we're talking less than a half hour. And a nice little dance to keep you entertained there for the time being. Well, if you stuck around, great. I hope this video reaches somebody that actually wants to watch it. Something that's entertaining. If we want to do more of these, I'll live stream it, whatever. But thanks for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe. T-Glide out.